when, well, okay, it's not just oil, it's any form of lubricant. So it could be salt, because salt is a solid substance, right? Salt is something solid, right? But when ingested into the body, due to the body's heat, this solid becomes a liquid. hmm Even that is used as some form of like lubricant, or something to polish, something to prevent the rusting from continuing to occur within the body. hmm His body is so it operates on an overactive in an overactive manner compared to other people, so much so that it may even cause it's like some sort of hereditary problem that could be associated with cancer in later life. So some of the money that this guy used, since he did not have a job, working with charities and all, was used to help with this cancer research, along with all the other things the charity was doing. He's just an ordinary guy doing anything else along with that. So where was this research being taken place? This is all fantasy. This is all fiction. Let's remember that, right? But this is a foundation. So if anybody was to go on like any computer and do anything like that, right, and look at all these comics and fables and people from other places, well, this is the foundation, right? So anybody tells you, well, that's not here, this is here. And where do these hey, there goes a jet. What does that mean? It doesn't mean shit. It does mean something. It means you're not fucking with me, dog. Okay? You're not sneaking in with some other shit. Anyway, cursing again. This Powerman. Maybe I should dissect this video into a bunch of videos, because it could end up becoming a long recording, right? So this Powerman. Well, he was not Powerman. He was just an ordinary guy. Let's call him Daniel John Campbell. Why? Because that's my name. So I'm like, hey, why not? Why not just use myself as it? If you really want to get into it, you could change the name, but I just say, hey, I'm Powerman. From ordinary guy Daniel John Campbell, to that right there. So where did this research for cancer take place? It was this mysterious place called the Scientific Research Council. Again, this is all fantasy. It's not, okay, you know what the best term for it would be? Science fiction. This is science fiction. Right. There is a place called the Scientific Research Council, but I don't think they're that developed. But okay, in this science fiction world, the Scientific Research Council within the Union States of Jamaica, Union of Pan America, is highly developed. So much so that they're working on these nanobots. These are some small creatures, like small robots, not creatures. They're created, they're artificial, that people have made, like in this laboratory, in this Scientific Research Council place, right? To do what? To work on cells, to isolate cells. And these specific nanobots, they could do various things, but the objective was to, in the end, sometime down the line, to focus in on cancer cells. So when people have cancer, right, those cancer cells could be isolated. But there was this accident that happened in the Scientific Research Council, right? And this Daniel John Campbell, ordinary guy, because he was not a person who worked there. He was just there because he donated to the whole cause. Yeah. So he was there with the janitor. Really? He was there with the janitor. He was not the janitor. He was there with the janitor, and it was this like huge spill. And it affected him. And all these nanobots got into his system. And that's how he became Powerman, through this accident. Now, all the nanobots were there, and there was like a fire, and everything was destroyed, except for what was left in him, this Daniel John Campbell character. Now, the nanobots did not function exactly the way they were supposed to function, though, right? And they could not be extracted from him. It's like they were stuck with him. You know what I mean? So he had all these powers from these nanobots because they were all around many of his cells, all over his body, right? It increased whatever already was there, the workings of the body, I mean, to an extent that, let's see, instead of just needing like a small amount of lubrication and oil to, continuously work the body in this rusting, he needed lots. He needed a lot more. Like he'd have to like drink, like not just in just a small. He'd have to like almost even drink lots of oil. What kind of oil am I talking about? Canola oil, vegetable oil, olive oil. It could directly be petroleum. I mean, we're talking from human to more than just a regular human with these nanobots. So he became Powerman. He started to realize that he had all these abilities that he did not have before. But he did not know exactly what, who, when, anything. But the janitor who was there, though the janitor was not affected by all these bad things that happened, right? The janitor was affected in another way. And the janitor became Englishman. Well, sounds bad, but there was an encounter between Powerman. That's how he became Powerman, because of Englishman. Englishman was bad. And the initial encounter between, he's like, Englishman was running all over the place before that, and then he got worse after the accident. What kind of powers did Englishman have or get or obtain? Well, I can't say for sure. It wasn't exactly the same as Powerman. There was another. I mean, it was all in this scientific research council, right? Right. But the nanobots did not get into him. All the nanobots got into this Daniel John Campbell character. And then what happened? Well, he wasn't Powerman right then and there. He became Powerman after Englishman was running all over the place crazy. Okay, what powers did this Englishman obtain? After being a janitor and with this spill and all these other bad things occurring. Well, some other toxic substances were there in the same scientific research council, which caused his mind to not be exactly this. Okay, his mind was the same, but it was more of an enhancement of what already was there. He was just like real mean, like raw. Now he was the same. He went by like this title, but the title was unbecoming of him, Englishman. And during an encounter between Englishman and Powerman was like, you know what? You make English people look bad, because people see you from here, right? But they don't see the average person who's English. So why do you call yourself Englishman? You make English people look bad. And he's like, I don't care, I'm Englishman, right? And he's like, but nobody else around here knows anybody else who's English. All they see is you. So they think all English people are just like you. Like, I'm Englishman. And they got into this huge squabble, this huge fight. Powerman, and he had powers. There's also this other guy called Batman. This is the beginning of Powerman, but this is not the continuation of Powerman. This is just the beginning.